franktalks.com.
Hello, you're listening to the franktalks.com podcast where I, Frank Kermit, do questions and answers. I take questions off the internet and attempt to answer them and provide a little education. This question comes from a woman between the ages of 26 and 29. It is from dearcupid.org, and her question is this. Gonna get straight to the point. I'm bisexual. I never actually dated a girl, fooled around in college a little more than I probably should have. First of all, let me interject here. Don't start judging yourself. If you're going to fully accept your sexual orientation, you have to be accepting of all of it, John, not just the parts that you worry about people are going to accept or not. Fast forward some years, and now it's me and my fiance, he and I. We have the sort of relationship that seems sort of open sexually, but really isn't. Like, we watch other people's porn, catch each other checking out the same person and share a quick knowing glance, even talk about other women. Well, it does sound like you two have a very open relationship, at least you're both open sexually. But this, the sorta, coulda, is, but not really, this is something you and he are going to have to sit down and discuss, especially if you're engaged to be married. There is no room here for this kind of, well, it sort of is and it sort of isn't. It either is or it isn't. Sit down with him and draw up the parameters. Now, she goes on to say, we're open to ideas like threesomes, but by the time we meet someone that meets all of our standards, safety and otherwise, it'll be a while yet. Don't be too sure. Standards do change depending on what becomes important to you and what becomes less important to you. Basically, I'm trying to show how normal it is for us to discuss people sexually. I actually enjoy that sort of thing, rather than get jealous about it like some people will do. Well, that's good. However, there are cases when I get jealous about it. You just said you didn't get jealous about it like other people. Now you're saying you are. Maybe the problem isn't just the relationship here. And I need help figuring out how to communicate the differences in a way that doesn't make him think that I don't like this kind of behavior at all. For example, I had or have a crush on his ex. She's kind of pretty. But I don't really know her much, and she hates me, so yeah. Anyway, he made a flattering comment about her physique, and was like instant jealousy, lots of laughs. Like, I mean, if looks could kill, okay, stop what you're doing. This is your issue. There's nothing he's doing wrong. You open the door. You want to have a relationship where you can openly discuss other people in a sexual context, and you're freaking out about it when he does. This is your issue. This is nothing he's doing from what I can read here. Also, usually he's really good about making things balanced. Like, for every one compliment for another girl, it's probably 5 or so for me. But I swear sometimes he goes on these streaks when I no longer exist, and he sees a world of girls, and he's so excited and telling me every passing thought on his horny brain as they walk by. Now that's annoying, lots of laugh, and somewhat infuriating. Well, you could look at it that way. You could also look at it as he trusts you enough to be able to be that honest with you. He feels safe and secure enough in your relationship that he can share that with you. And I get what you're saying, he's going on and on and on, but this is your insecurity that we're dealing with here. If you want to be in some kind of non-monogamous relationship, if you want to have that kind of open sexuality, you have to get okay with the fact that he's going to talk about other people the same way that you talking about other girls could be a threat to him, and it could be something that he doesn't find appealing. So if you want to be in an open relationship of any sort, you're going to have to find a way to feel much more secure about your relationship. And this is something you really should deal with before the two of you get married. I don't really understand it myself. Sometimes I love it, sometimes I hate it, this open atmosphere we have. But how do I explain why I'm mad about it sometimes when other times I join right in with him? Here's the issue. Those times when you're feeling jealous, you are feeling threatened by whoever he's fixated on. And that has nothing to do with who he's fixated on or complimenting. That has nothing to do with what he says or doesn't say, because there are times he does it and you're okay with it, and there's other times where he does it and you're not okay with it. The common element here is you. but you're the one who's changing your parameters. And I got to tell you, if this continues, this relationship is not going to last. You can't change the tune just because he's talking about someone else specifically. And you're really going to have to just find and be secure in yourself. He's in a relationship with you. And part of the reason that you two are together, I would surmise at this point, is because of the more open nature of your relationship. But even in the way you describe it, you're describing it as it sort of is, but it isn't. Here's my take on it. I don't think you've properly established the boundaries involved. You haven't properly said, these are the rules we're going to follow. And that's the issue at heart. Because if you're going to be wishy-washy, where sometimes you like it and sometimes you don't, based on your mood, you're going to have bigger problems as this relationship continues. You think that it's difficult now while you're just talking about it? Wait till you both start dating other people. Sometimes one of you is going to like someone that the other partner doesn't, and then what? Are you going to be okay with each other having a relationship outside of your primary bond, outside of your marriage? This is something the two of you have to discuss ahead of time. But any sort of wishy-washiness on what the boundaries are and how you're defining your relationship, that's what's going to cause more problems. If you have any insecurity whatsoever about the nature of your relationship, then you need to deal with that. Now, there's an amazing article on the internet. It's called Jealousy and the Abyss. I think that you should read that and read it a number of times. It's going to help you deal with these feelings of jealousy and understanding that at your core you need to be comfortable and secure within yourself regardless of who your partner or partners are going to be interested in. Now, it's not an easy process. I went through it myself, but once you get to the core of your jealousy, read that article, Jealousy in the Abyss. I think it's going to give you the answers that you're looking for. So that's it for this question. I hope you have found this helpful. You can all be frank with me, and I will always be frank with you.
If you need help with your relationships, my buddy Frank, he's got some tips. Just go to franktalks.com. His advice is better than your mom's. He knows what you're going through, 'cause Frank has been there too. So log on to franktalks.com. franktalks.com.